time for our New Hampshire Tomahawks Star of the Week.
The Star of the Week, brought to you by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com.
Our guest is Luke Solms, a 2010 Bishop Girton graduate. Spent a year at Northfield Mount Herman, and then went on to St. Michael's, where he became a two-time first-team All-New England selection. Just graduated, and he joins us now on the phone. Mike, good morning. Thanks for getting up with us.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me. Hi, Russ and Chris. Good to hear you guys' voices.
Had your mics off. Sorry, guys. Again, thanks again for jumping on, Luke. Did you graduate yet, or is that coming up here in the next few days?
I actually graduated last Sunday. So
well, congratulations.
I've been, home for a week, but yeah.
Congratulations
it was a good
on that.
Experience. Yeah.
Welcome to the real world.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the season you guys had at St. Michael's this year.
Well, we had a really young team this year. We brought in 13 first-year players with the program and 12 freshmen. So it was a big learning process throughout the whole year. But by the end of the year, we were playing our best lacrosse, which was our goal from the beginning of the season. So we got two good wins towards the end of the year against number 10 Mercy and the playoff-bound Assumption out of the NE10. So it was a good way to end the season and end our senior year on a high note.
First team, all New England, twice. What does that mean to you?
It's a real honor. Coming from Bishop Girton, we had a lot of key marquee players on our team who got all the recognition and whatnot for the majority of the time. And so I could just continue to work hard throughout my career, just keep getting better and striving to speed up my feet, which was one of the areas I struggled with in high school. And getting these awards just justifies all the hard work I put in on my own and in practice. So it was a real honor to win that twice.
Again, our New Hampshire Tomahawk Player of the Week is Luke Solms, formerly of BG, and now formerly of St. Michael's as well.
Luke, Coach Cameron, once again, thanks for coming on. And we love when this college season ends because we get to have you back on the sideline, and it certainly means a lot to the program. So, but speaking of that, reclassifying, doing PG years is a huge thing right now in the club landscape and the recruiting piece. Players are deciding, should I reclassify? Should I PG? Tell us a little bit about your experience, because you graduated 2010 from BG, and you were a younger kid.
Yeah.
And then you did the year at Northfield Mount Herman. Was it? Tell us how it worked out, and was it a good thing for you?
It was an awesome experience for me. It was kind of like a gap year where I could continue my education but not have the freedom that you necessarily have in college. I still had a more structured schedule, so that kept me on top of my stuff. But it also gave me another year to improve my SAT scores as well as my lacrosse playing abilities. So just having that year for my own personal development really just better prepared me for college on top of being able to play college lacrosse at a more higher level. So I would say I would recommend it to anyone if they want to do it. It pays off.
In the end. So Northfield Mount Herman, just real quick, is it the same coach there now that you played under? Because it seems like their program is just taking a little bit of a dive right now. It was a tough year this year for them.
Yeah. My head coach left in 2012, and then they just got a new coach this year. So my assistant who was there had took over for 2 years, but now he's at Phillips Exeter. The Founders League is a very competitive league that NMH plays in top to bottom. Every game's a game. So I know that they beat Salisbury 2 years ago, which was a shock to the whole league. But as long as you show up and play every day in that league, you have a shot to win.
And our guest is Luke Solms of the St. Michael's Purple Knights, joining us here on FNL Lacrosse.
Hey, Luke, Coach Moyer here. How are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Russ?
Doing great. It's funny. For those people out there that don't know Luke, I have never found a person who doesn't like Luke Solms. He's one of those kind of personalities. Everybody seems to like this guy. Works really hard. To know you is to love you, Luke, and I certainly appreciate you coming on the show. I coach a lot of the younger guys, and I know you're going to be coaching Tomahawks. You might be looking to get into coaching as part of your career. A lot of the guys I get, certainly 8th and 9th grade, they're still focused on the UNCs of the world, the Syracuse, the Johns Hopkins, and that's not a reality for the bulk of players out there. You obviously went up to Burlington, Vermont, played at St. Mike's, great experience, probably had plenty of gravy fries over at Nectar's late night. But tell me about the NE10, because it's a great league, takes a backseat to no one. How was the experience once you got to St. Mike's?
It was an awesome experience. My freshman year was kind of how I got introduced to the league. So you got Lemoyne, Adelphi, and Merrimack. Those are typically the top 3 teams every year in the league. So the real shot we had at St. Mike's was competing in the NE10 tournament to get a spot. But our best shot came my sophomore year, where we had a really good season. But unfortunately, we lost in the semifinals of the tournament to an Adelphi team we had beaten earlier in the year. And then my junior year, we graduated a lot, so that's when the learning curve started and we had to rebuild. But St. Mike's was an awesome experience. The lacrosse was really competitive all 4 years, and I don't think I would have traded playing any other league in the NE10.
That's awesome. Quick follow-up to that, though. We have probably a bunch of kids listening right now. I'm assuming they're up early on a Sunday morning, who are going to be graduating here in the next few weeks from New Hampshire high schools, and many of them are going to go off and play college. What sort of advice would you give them going off to play in college? I mean, what sort of adjustments do they need to make in their life, and what can they expect?
I would say the biggest adjustment they can make is just to remember that their coaches are giving them constructive criticism. They're pointing out their weaknesses so they can learn where to get better and what they need to work on in order to make their team better as well. So in order to get better at the college level, you got to take that criticism and the constructive criticism and use it to keep getting better and pushing your teammates and just continue to raise the bar of the program you're playing in, because in the end, that's what you're striving for. You're striving to make the team better, not just yourself.
Spoken like a true coach, huh, Luke?
One day, hopefully.
What's next professionally for you now that you have entered, quote-unquote, the real world?
I received a teaching internship at Cardigan Mountain School, which is up in Canaan, New Hampshire. It's a middle school prep school. So that's where I'll be for the next year of my life, teaching, learning the ins and ends out of that, and coaching as well. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Congratulations. Again, our guest, Luke Solms of St. Mike's, a 2-time first-teamer at the All-New England level. We appreciate the time, Luke. Thanks for jumping on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
That's, again, Luke Solms, our New Hampshire Tomahawks Player of the Week.